Hi friends, I just received an invitation from one of my friend to join the study group. But I have a lot of queries about study groups, why I want to join a study group. So I remember one of my friend, Mr. Indresh, was talking about study group. So I like to want to connect him, asking about how the study groups help me in my professional. So I'm connecting Mr. Indresh. Hi Indresh.
Hey, hi Shakti, how are you?
Fine Indresh, how are you?
I'm doing good, Shakti.
Indresh, I just received a invite to join one of a study group.
Okay.
So, I just have a lot of queries about will that benefit for me or not. So you know better into about study group. I like to want to learn from you. So what kind of importance these study groups will teach us on our profession?
Sure, Shakti. First of all, I'd like to congratulate because your friend has thought about you and he's more interested in your growth. So he's invited you for the study group. So what I'll do is I'll just show what we do in our study group so that you will have an idea and learn about it. And any questions that you have, we'll take it as soon as the presentation is over. So let me just go to the presentation.
That's wonderful, Indresh. I will go through your presentation.
Yeah. So Shakti, this is our successful study group practices that we follow, staying on track. So every meeting, we start off with a positive focus. Every member shares one thing that's going really well in their personal or professional lives. The second most important thing is all the members of the study group share one personal and one professional goal they are working on that the group can hold them accountable for. These goals can be big or small. For example, let's say that my goal is to become TOT. So I announce that goal in the study group, and the other study group members keep asking me, how are you? How's the progress going? Have you reached your monthly targets or your weekly targets? So this helps a lot for me to focus more on my goals. And there is some peer pressure which is always there. So I focus more on achieve my goals. So every meeting, every member gets a chance to share one sales or one practice management idea. So like one idea will be a very quick hit, like a 2 or 4 minutes idea, and the other will be a detailed idea for 5 or 10 minutes. So every member gets a chance to share his ideas and they learn. So let's say that we are 7 of us in the study group. So I share one idea, like everyone shares one idea. So when we come in for the meeting, we come with one idea, but when we go out of the meeting, we have 7 different ideas. So this helps us in the market when we go and meet clients. Shakti, this daily goal sheet also I learned, this is from one of the TOT members from Australia. I don't remember his name, but this is something which is very, very close to all our study group members' heart. And at the end of every day, each and every one of us post the points in the WhatsApp group, our study group. So this is called as the 20-point system. So what we aim is to complete a goal sheet of 20 points from our daily activities. And the point system works like this. 1 point for every phone call made to a prospect. 2 points for an appointment obtained. So here 2 points for an appointment obtained is like, I call up the client, he tells me, yeah, we can meet this Friday morning 10 o'clock at my office. So that is an appointment. It is not that you call me on Friday morning, we'll fix a time. So that is not an appointment. And then 4 points for a referral obtained. So here, what we mean by a referral is like a recommendation. So you meet a client and he tells that this is the number of my friend, but don't tell my name. So we don't consider that as a referral. So what is a referral? Like you collect the name, number, and some more details about the client, like where is he working, is he married, and does he have any children? So all these details we collect from the client. So when we do that, for every referral, we put 4 points. Then 4 points for a face-to-face meeting with a prospect or a client. So this can be for a new sale, or this can be even for doing a review, or even for collecting referrals. Then 5 points for an appointment to complete an insurance application. Whenever we make a sale, we give ourselves 5 points. So what this TOT member from Australia said is reaching 20 points per day ensures I'll meet my annual production goals, and this system keeps me focused on doing the right things each day. And at the end of our meeting, the last 15-20 minutes, we always have an open conversation. And during this open conversation, we get the best of the ideas. And this last 15 minutes makes a lot of difference in our study group. So now what I've told what we do, the best things in the study group, and now I'll tell you how a study group is formalized. Like for every study group, there should be some bylaw documents written or orally also you can have. So wherein you should have a mission statement for a study group. Then there should be a confidentiality agreement, like whatever is being discussed in the study group is not spoken outside. So because why we have this agreement is that there are a lot of client information which we discuss, not the client name, but client information is there. Like we talk a doctor, an advocate, or whatever details we talk. Those details are to be strictly confidential within the study group. Then what is the minimum and maximum number of members that we need to have in the study group? So normally what we say is around 6 to 8 is what you should have, not more than that. Because if we have more than 8, then it becomes very difficult for us to share by each and every member. If we have 10, 15, 20 members, then it happens that only one member is sharing always and the other members are silent. So here we have to give chance to each and every member. So we have a maximum of 8 members. Structure of the group, including demographics and agenda. What will be the structure of the group? The study group members from which place they will be. Like I'm also part of this international study group, but we all meet on a Zoom. But the study group which is there in Chennai, we all meet physically. So you should have all these demographics decided and with an agenda. Division and payment of expenses. So most of the time, whatever the expenses are happening in the study group, like any material that we buy, or normally what we do is we also recommend some books or any printouts that we take or any food items that we buy. So everything is divided equally among the members. We also have the rules of inclusion and rules for expulsion. Like any member should come in, has to come in with acceptance by all the members, and any member who's going to be removed also, every member should accept for his removal. Attendance expectations. So Shakti, this is one thing which is more important, and what we have done is we have kept 100% attendance for our study group members. Only in case of any medical emergency or any family emergencies, we give them an option to not attend the meeting, but otherwise it is 100% attendance. Frequency and location of meetings. So our meetings happens every Friday, every first Friday of the month, and all the 12 months. So there is no changes in the meeting timings or meeting dates. So we meet morning 9 o'clock. Leaders' responsibilities. So there is a leader for the study group every year. So the first year we had one person, the second year I was there, the third year there is one more person, the fourth year we have one more leader. So what happens is when we have a leader every year, change in the leadership, the person also learns a lot about leadership. He brings in his innovation into the study group, which helps us to grow more and more. Schedule for leadership rotation. So like what we said is every year we have a leadership rotation. Decision making is collectively we make the decisions. So we spoke about decision making. Now we'll talk about the guest attendance policy. So we have a guest attendance policy wherein a guest is invited for the study group meeting, wherein he learns how a study group runs and then he goes and starts his own study group. So we have had a lot of guests who came over to our meeting and then they started their own study groups. We also have an outside speaker policy. So we had a lot of foreign speakers who came and spoke in our study group meetings and gave their insights about how to do business, how to do Mdrt, COT and TOT. And a lot of ideas were shared during this outside speaker meetings. Process of disbanding the group. So we also have a process how to close the group and have this. Now we'll look at what are the challenges that normally a study group faces. Lack of documentation such as written criteria for participation and poor organization. So as I said, Shakti, in the earlier slide, you should have everything documented. So if you don't have documentation, then it becomes very difficult for the study group to run. Aging membership. So if we have someone who's of age group above 60, 70, then it becomes very difficult because they are in the retirement mode and they'll not be able to get any value addition from our business because they stop doing business and they're just focusing only on renewal. So normally what we do is have young and who are ready to work. So it makes more beneficial in the last 4-5 years. So these things are not we can address in the study group and get it sorted out. Underestimating the cost. So let's say that if the study group members are from different parts of India or different parts of the location where you're there, then it becomes very difficult for us if you don't estimate the cost of having the study group to run the study group, all those things. The fifth point is the most important because lack of open and honest communication among members. So when we start the study group, we are very clear that we are all like-minded people and we need to have an open and honest communication amongst the members. If there is some point or something which is really pressing you or is really disturbing you, you should get it sorted out. You should not wait for it. Failure to communicate about and resolve issues within the group. The same thing what I told you earlier. Lack of strong and effective leadership and process for rotation. So we talked about this like every year you need to have a new leader who will come and take up the study group. Lack of commitment to prepare for an attend meeting. So what we like next week you should come up with a presentation, like we'll give a case study and you should come up with a presentation, or we tell that what are the best ideas that you follow in the field. So like thus we give some homework to the study group members, and in case if they don't prepare and come for the meeting, then it becomes very difficult for him to learn. It is only for him to learn. So these are the challenges which a study group face. So I'm done with my presentation, Shakti. Now you can just ask me whatever questions or doubts that you have.
Hi, Indresh. After seeing your presentation, I come to know it's so organized the way it has to be there. I thought some kind of normal meetings will took place and members come and go. Those kind of things will be in the study group. I understand that it's be so organized and it has took place. Thank you. Indresh was a wonderful thing. I have a few questions, Indresh. Can I ask you?
Yeah, please go ahead, Shakti.
Indresh, will this any selective members only can be picked from the group, or any member can join this group?
So any member can join, Shakti, but we have these terms and conditions. What I showed now, like the attendance policy, putting points on a regular basis, and then whatever the homework that we give, they have to do, prepare and come. So these are the main things which we ask them to agree to. If they don't agree to these conditions, then normally we don't take them inside the study group. So since it's a very serious business and we want people who are really serious to join the study group and grow, they also grow and they also help the study group grow.
So this is a time frame of the study group is 1 year, right?
Yeah, it's 1 year study. It starts from 1st of January till 31st of December. So every leader takes over the study group from the 1st of January. And what we do is on the 1st of January every year, we have a study group meeting of all the study groups. There are 3 or 4 study groups in Chennai. All of us, we come together and we have a meeting for almost 5 to 6 hours, wherein we have even international speakers who come and speak and give their insights and how to do business, how to grow from Mdrt to COT, COT to DOT. Wow. So this is what we do every year.
So organized way, right? So will that give more success when you're attending every month, 1 day to meeting the members to that learning sharing? This is a success formula, Indresh. We have been to follow the study group.
Shakti, when we started the study group, 3 of us were Mdrt members and Last year, 5 of us completed MDRT, and the main point to note is that people who are doing MDRT till 31st of December. So I was also doing MDRT till the 31st of December. So once we joined the study group, we started growing. Like I did last year 2.5 times of MDRT.
Oh,
there is one member who did COD. There are other one member who did double MDRT. So it was so easy for us to do MDRT in the first couple of months itself. So I think this really helped us to join with winners and think like a winner and grow like a winner.
Great. In this, what kind of learning they discuss on every month, Indresh?
So every month there's a set agenda. Like before itself, the leader will say that this is the topic that we are going to discuss, or these are the things that we'll be discussing. So like normally what we do is sometimes we also talk about sales ideas, what we learn in MDRT website. So whatever we do in the study group is 100% is from the MDRT website, MDRT podcast, MDRT blogs, and from whatever we are learning from there, all those things, learnings are being put in here in the study group, and we talk about it. Like sometimes we also even talk about, we see some videos, like we normally see a lot of videos on Tony Gordon, how he closes big sales, and he talks about the goal setting. So all those things, videos, and all those things we see in the group, and we learn together and we share ideas from there.
So if I become one of the member of the study group, like, so I can able to also give the presentation, bro. If I know some kind of topics, I can also share, right?
100% Shakti. So that's why I told you, we don't have huge number of people in a study group. It is either 6 or 8 members maximum, because everyone should be given an opportunity. So see, what happens is when you're there with your friends, you can do any mistakes and you can learn and you can practice your presentation also. Let's say that you're going to meet an ultra HNI client and you want to present him something. So you can practice that with your study group members, and any mistakes are there, anything which is there, the other study group members will tell you, okay, these are the things which you can change, Shakti, so that you will get a better sale or you can do a better close. So everyone is given an opportunity. It is not that it's a one-man show. It is all the 8 members or the 6 members, whoever is there in the study group, is given equal opportunity.
So excited, Indresh, on that. It is so planned, right? So they will give you the 1 year kind of dinner, which date we are meeting. So pre-plannedly they will discuss, right?
So as I told earlier, our meeting is first of every Friday morning 9 o'clock. So we don't fix any appointments for that day. And if anything is also there, we tell the clients that we have our meeting set.
So I see there is one point you're mentioning about the removing the member. So there is any time frame members could not able to attend or he is not interested coming?
So one is when we remove the member is that he is absent himself for continuously 3 meetings. And even sometimes what happens is they don't put the points on a regular basis, or they don't do any of the work that has been told by the leader. So that time we ask him if he's got any problems. Then we ask if he's not able to cope up, then he can excuse himself from the study group.
Oh, that will be, so there will be an annual review, right? So after completing a 1 year, annual review before going to the next year, right?
Yeah, we do the annual review like at the end of the month of December. We just see what is the things which went well and what are the things which didn't go well. So the new leader who's joining, who's going to take over, is being told about all these things which went well and things which didn't go well. So he's prepared himself, and when he takes over, he'll be able to do a better job and take the study group to the next level.
So what was, suppose one of my friend want to join this, but like I, got the invite, right? So I'm discussing with you. If one of my friends also want to join, what was the process, Indresh?
So Shakti, when you look at India, there are a lot of study groups which are there. So maybe we may not know that there is a study group. So maybe you can just check with your peer group members if there is any study group. And you can invite yourself to that study group and ask them, I want to join the study group. Can I join your study group? If they don't have any vacancy, they can help you to start one study group. So like what we did is, as I said, we started one study group and then we helped 3 new study groups to start. So we mentored them. So one of them mentored the other study group and taught them what are the things, right things that they need to do. And now we have 3 other study groups running. So they can do that way also, Shakti.
So the any restrictions, Indresh, I can join, this is the only study groups, this much of study group only I can able to join, or I can able to join multiple study groups also in that. What
So
was your advice on that?
You can join multiple study groups. So because I'm already part of 3 study groups, so you can join multiple study groups. But one thing is that, will you add value to the study group? First thing is that you will have to look into that. Will I add value to the study group? And will I be able to get value from the study group? So let's say that you join 5, 6 study groups and if you're just going to be a spectator there, it's not going to help you, nor it's going to help the study group. So it's always better where you can give your knowledge to the study group. Please join there so that you will also learn something from there and you will be able to increase your business and become a MDRT, TOD or COD, whatever member you want to become.
Wow. So it's so deep into that. And before, I think busy time, I'm just disturbing you. This again, the point system you showed, right? So will that so seriously has to be looked into this for the growth?
Yeah. So what we do is it is no problem even if you put 0 points. But if you're not putting in points, like if you put in 0 points for continuously for a week, so what happens is any of the study group member will call up and speak to the study group member and ask him, is there any issue or are you facing any difficulties or any health issues or anything? So at least we come to know that he's got this problem. So sometimes he may have a prospecting issue. Sometimes he may have a, how do I collect recommendations or referrals from my clients? So what we do is if some agent has got this issue, some member has got some issue of referral lead collection or prospecting. So what we do is we take a 15-minute session in the next study group and address this issue which he is facing so that each and everyone can learn from there and they can start putting in more points. If you look at it, if you don't put your points on a regular basis, then it becomes very difficult, Shakti, because it is always said, no, that a car which is standing, you will not be able to steer it. A car which is moving, only you will be able to steer it. It's the same way. If you're going to want to be, you don't want to do anything, but you want to become an MDRT, without activity, it is not going to happen. As everyone knows that activity is the mother of all. If you don't do activity on a regular basis, you will not be able to succeed in this business.
Wow. Deepesh, means Indresh, I've learned a lot of things what being you were talking about the study group, and this is something eye-opener for you. Friends, there is a lot of study groups around in India or around the world. If you're able to opportunity to join the study group, definitely I'm going to join one of the study group where I will ask Indresh if any vacant will be there. Definitely, I'm going to join the study group. Make sure I skill up my knowledge and other thing. Thank you, Indresh, for your valuable time and teaching us what is the study group and other thing. Thank you so much.
Shakti, it was my pleasure because as MDRTs, we have a social obligation wherein we have to give back to the society. And I think if someone is joining a study group and if he's growing, then that will make us more happy and awesome. It will be an awesome feeling. And thank you, Shakti, for bringing me in and asking me questions and learning more about study groups.
Thank you, Indresh. This was so awesomely. I learned it. Thank you so much for your valuable time.
Thank you. Thank you, Shakti. Thank you.